Hello, in this brief video, I wanted to extend a little bit on your chapter on monopoly. So here I want to talk about the limitations of the current antitrust laws and how the new changing economic environment, and more specifically, the emergence for the past 20, 30 years of a giant tech company have challenged those laws, and we need to update the laws on the book. And also how those tech companies' economic models have also challenged the traditional theory on the reason for reigning on monopolies. So a monopoly, as you've learned, it's a firm that is the sole seller of products without close substitutes. The key difference is that they have, compared to other types of firms, being monopolistically competitive, perfect competitive firms, oligopolies, is that they have full market power, or in our definition, quasi market power. That's mean close to, not 100% necessarily, but close to full market power on in the markets, and they definitely have the ability to influence market price of a product that they sell. So the question is here now, that's where our economic theory is a little bit challenged as a basis for many past antitrust laws. If what happens in market where there's no price, and so examples are Google, for example, search, or Instagram, I guess, and Facebook. They provide services that are free to us, but that we pay in different ways. We pay for in different ways. So our traditional theory about defining monopoly is basically this. So basically, we have monopoly's price, okay, is PM, that is higher than PM that is higher than market competitive prices. And in addition to that, in the market competitive prices, we'll have QC here, okay? And monopolies reduce quantities and increase price. As a result, what we've learned is that they capture more consumer surplus. In addition, they also increase the profits. And so basically, in a perfectly competitive market, profit is economically zero, but monopolies capture those profits and they leave a dead weight. They can also capture the entire profits, okay, if they're able to discriminate perfectly in the market, but that is something else. So that's what we establish, and the reason for breaking down monopolies and fighting them is that because they extract, they increase the profits, and they make us pay higher prices and restrict access to their product to some consumers that will otherwise have access to it and benefit it. And so basically, they shrink the social benefits. Now, why they rise? For multiple reasons. So recently, before, it was ownership of key resources, and Alcoa and De Beer as all examples. More recently is really innovations and barriers to entry. And so they innovate quickly, they're the first one in the market, and they do everything in their power to increase the access to their market and rise barriers to entry. And so that's really where some of the challenges have been. And the key here is no longer really price, because again, as I said, some of the products are free of charge. And so it's difficult to talk about consumers being affected negatively, right? Or been squeezed out, or have been limited access to the product that is offering. That's where some of the challenges come into play. And that's where really there have been some limitation about the antitrust laws and the more recent reading of those laws. And so the United States invented the concept of antitrust in 1890 already, and some history here about where we've been and where we need to be going. And so those laws were designed to keep the corporate titans from squashing the competitions and inflating prices. Well, they still squash the competition, but they do not necessarily, not in all cases, inflate price. Basically, now they use different methods, different business models, okay, to squeeze out the competition or to eliminate the competition altogether. So where we have been is that, throughout, the decades after the Sherman antitrust laws, and you talk about all that in your class, the antitrust laws have been progressively adjusted to reflect the economic reality of the time and the change in technologies. But after the waves of political changes and the antitrust laws went dormant, nobody was excited anymore to break down monopolies, because what have happened in the past is that the antitrust laws led to breaking down of very large corporations such as AT&T, etc., in the 50s and 70s. And so after that waves of dismantling a large corporation, the appetite dry out. And so increasingly after the 70s, the courts veered a little bit conservative, and the questions really was that is big really equal to bad? We broke down all those large corporations. Were they really, really bad? Were there always a way to do to solve the issue of antitrust? And so they stopped breaking down large corporations. And the question was also, is it in the government right or duty to stop the mergers, right? Recently, we know that government has tried to stop some mergers in the past 10 years, and some of them was clearly unsuccessful. And so that issue results, and so there's a debate in the court about that. But definitely the definitions of anti-competitive laws has narrowed, okay? And so basically it was no longer big is bad. Is more, it has been increasing like, well, okay, we have those large competitions, but if they can bring benefit to society, if they can offer free products, if they can promote innovations, is it a bad thing? Well, new issues have risen, and that's related to consumers' data. Now the product is free. What do we do? And so I will just show you here, before I get to this example, the different cases that are popping out all around on the world. And so definitely there's no precedent, there's no law that address the questions of operating system, for example, right? And so when the company has a dominant operating system and use methods to stop the competitions, what do you do? So the European Commission, since 2010 already, it's been 10 years, starts suing with different companies. And so Google was the first one, and Google was accused of abusing search dominance to favor its own shopping products and abusing the model operating system dominance to favor its own services. It was also accused, 10 years later in 2016, of suppressing competition with digital advertising. So in addition to Google's, about 3 years ago, European Union Commission also started suing Amazon. And so here is the alleged crime was that Amazon used its e-commerce platform monopoly to unfairly compete against third-party sellers. And Amazon, and we know that, right? So when you go to Amazon to buy products, you can buy from Amazon or competitors. Well, who is going to make more money here since they are all selling the same products? And so that has been the issues. For Apple, the European Commission's accused Apple of monopolizing mobile payments and app distributions. And so I'll be talking about the case that was brought in the US here about that issue. But European is not the only country or entity has that been suing the same company. So we really have to believe that there are a real issue here with the way that those companies dominate the market and basically create monopolies. Right. Great Britain has been, also suing Apple and Facebook. The German Federal Cartel offices has been also accusing Facebook of abusing its monopoly on social media to improperly harvest users' data. And this is one of the big issues. There's no law that prevents that. The limitations here is that in all those countries, okay, they can just apply fees. They cannot necessarily change all those companies' behavior. And so that's where what is happening in the US now is India and now the United States get into the game. And that's where the real change can happen. United States, because those companies have headquarters here in the United States, United States has the power to change their behavior and develop laws, okay, that adapts to the new business models that those companies have adopted. And so the Department of Justice is suing Google for monopolizing search and online advertising, just as the other countries and unions have been doing. The 10 state attorney generals are also suing Google. The Federal Trade Commission is suing Facebook, and Amazon is being sued in the districts of Colombia as well by the Attorney General. So this is basically what has been going on here. And so a few examples in the Apple case, okay, it's Epic. So recently there was a case that so Epic Games brought a lawsuit against Apple, and the lawsuit is that Apple is abusing its platform, right? Because all companies want to make applications and games available to Apple consumers have to use the monopolistic platform that Apple owns and uses, and so that's where those lawsuits have been put up. But the judge in these cases have their hand tied, because there's no law against this type of business model that exists. There's no antitrust law that exists, and so that's where changes have to be made. In Google's case, the 10 state attorney generals is an ad technology suit led by those attorney generals. The leader is the Texas Attorney General, and the lawsuit alleges that Google engaged in a wide variety of anti-competitive behavior to create and maintain its monopoly power in digital ad market. Again, read it is very similar to what the European, the Germans are accusing those companies of doing. So it also alleged that Google and Facebook illegally agree not to compete against each other. And that part is anti-competition laws, and those laws, collusion laws, are on the book. And if proven guilty, they are going to pay large fines. The Department of Justice alleges that Google used 3 forms of anti-competitive conduct to keep its search and search as monopolies. And so they are working on that. They allege that, Google controls 90% of the ad markets. And so that's add up to real monopoly. So there are also laws on the book about that. So the bottom line here is that, we need new laws, okay, because here in the United States, the way things works is that the Congress need to pass laws, that's the job, and the court apply those laws. In the situation where there's no, in the vacuum that exists, the courts need to create jurisdictions, and that is not always a good thing. So there is consensus among, the 2 parties in Congress to adopt some laws, but they have not passed yet. And so some of those are, the Platform Competitions and Opportunity Act that will ban big tech companies from buying up small rivals. And that's basically how they have been consolidating power. When those companies become public and have huge capitalizations, are worth a lot of money, they use their money and make a lot of money too. They use that to buy up basically all nascent new competition that emerge in the market. And so that has been detrimental to consumers. The Ending Platform Monopoly Act will bar tech companies from running a dominant marketplace and also selling their own competing goods on services on it. And so that's definitely a law that will directly target companies like Amazon and also Google and Apple. And so you have the Access Act law, the Merchant Filing Free Modernization law that will raise new barriers for billion-dollar mergers, and because large mergers, of course, create hugely large companies, and so the idea is to enact a law that will limit that. The American Innovations and Choice Online Act will bar a number of practices that allow dominant companies to shut down rivals. Again, so all those laws have common ground. They are similar to each other, but definitely I believe that some of those laws need to be passed so that the court has a jurisdictions and a legal basis to pursue and assists basically consumers and fight some of the behavior that those monopolies have, those monopolistic firms have. Everybody kind of more or less agree that there are problems, some don't, but the issue that there are problems. The last thing I wanted to add is economists. And so now the question is, in many of those, the business model that Google or Facebook have, okay, is zero price. And so one of the social questions here is, let's the economists out of the way, because we don't have the question of price anymore. And so let's use more social justice to develop those laws. And so those are new ground that are emerging and new discussions in antitrust laws arena. That's what I wanted to share, and maybe I'll see you next time.